So, is this the start of a new war in the Middle East? Israeli airstrikes raining down on the Syrian capital of Damascus. Syria's Ministry of Health saying at least one person's died, 18 others injured during a series of strikes on the country's military headquarters and also near the presidential palace. Video actually was captured the moment the government building got hit. Foreign correspondent Patrick Reevell joining me now for more. So, Patrick, Syria's dictator was overthrown. The U.S. just ended sanctions on the country's new government. So why is Israel all of a sudden bombing Syria?
Hi, Kira. Yeah, this seems to be a dramatically escalating crisis between Israel and Syria, as you just showed there. Israel today hitting very heavily the country's military headquarters, as well as striking near the presidential palace. And basically, Israel has inserted itself into a worsening clash inside Syria between the new post-Assad government and a large minority, the Druze. And basically, this crisis began when heavy clashes broke out in the southern region of Suwaida, which is a Druze stronghold, and where dozens of people were killed. And now the Druze is a large minority of about 1 million people inside Syria, but there is also a significant number of Druze in Israel. And basically, Israel said that it would basically anointed itself a protector of the Druze community and warned the Syrian government not to move into the Suwaida region and to try and not to send troops there. And then yesterday we saw Israel begin striking Syrian forces, and then today we've seen them escalate again. And so basically we are now seeing this turn into a broader crisis. Now, we've heard in the last couple of hours the Syrian government saying that they have accepted a ceasefire with the Druze. At least one Druze leader has said they also accept a ceasefire, but another who has been heavily involved in these clashes says that he does not accept that ceasefire. And so for now, we do not know if this is going to continue to escalate, Kira.
All right. Well, what's going to be the role of the United States here, and how's it reacting this hour?
Yeah, Kira, so we heard from Secretary of State Marco Rubio in the Oval Office about 2 hours ago, where he said that they are on a path now to de-escalating this crisis. They say they hope in the coming hours that will happen. He said that they were very concerned, and also he blamed this on a misunderstanding between the Syrian government and Israel over those clashes with the Druze. You know, the US is very concerned about basically Israel further destabilizing Syria, and so they will be putting pressure on Israel to conclude this. But for now, we have to wait and see whether Israel will continue to strike Syria and whether this will continue to escalate, Kira.
Well, and the strikes are continuing in Gaza as well. 20 people killed near a food distribution site. That's not stopping either.
Yeah, Kira, today the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, this controversial US-Israeli-backed organization that has set up distribution sites inside Gaza, confirmed that at one of their sites, around 20 people were killed during a stampede. And it's the first time that the GHF have confirmed a deadly incident at one of their sites. They've previously claimed that no one has been killed there, despite reports that hundreds of Palestinians have been killed near GHF sites since it began distributing aid back at the end of May. The UN says that over 650 Palestinians have been killed near those sites as they have tried to collect food. We've had reports in Palestinian hospitals in Gaza of dozens of people sometimes killed as they've been trying to get food, underlining just how dangerous it has become for people who are clearly starving often and suffering from extreme hunger, trying to get food. And now the GHF confirming that at one of their sites there has been this deadly stampede, Kira.
All right, Patrick Reevell for us there out of London. Patrick, thank you.